It's the Green Hornet car from the original series. We just finished restoring it. Car started out as a 66 Imperial. Engine was a 440 Chrysler. It is now pumping out about 550 horsepower. It has every gadget possible. It has Gatling guns in the trunk, rockets in the front and the rear, smoke machine. It's the Green Hornet's car.
We're counting down the 20 weirdest facts you never knew about Black Beauty, the iconic crime-fighting car from the Green Hornet. From secret design choices and functional weapon systems to behind-the-scenes feuds that still spark controversy, this list uncovers the real stories Hollywood kept hidden. You'll discover bizarre technical marvels, shocking production challenges, and the unexpected twists of legacy that define this legendary TV car, revealing how a supposed low-budget sedan became an engineering masterpiece and the subject of a decades-long credit war. Which fact tops them all? Let's dive in, starting with the high-pressure miracle that launched the legend at number 20. Number 20. 4 weeks. That's all Dean Jeffries had to deliver not one, but two fully functional Black Beauties for ABC's new Green Hornet series. Producer William Dozier's deadline left no room for error or sleep. Jeffries and his small crew worked nearly non-stop, machining custom gadgets and wiring up secret weapons inside a pair of 1966 Chrysler Imperials. Shop logs show overtime stacking up as the team raced the clock, sometimes pulling all-nighters just to keep pace. By the end of that single month, both cars rolled out, menacing, operational, and ready for cameras. The legend began under pure pressure. Number 19. The choice of the 1966 Chrysler Imperial Crown wasn't just about availability. Dean Jeffries picked this luxury sedan for its imposing formal roofline and broad, flat panels. A look that oozed authority and menace when finished in 30 coats of black-green pearl lacquer. Under the hood, a Chrysler big block 440 cubic inch V8 delivered more than enough muscle to back up the car's reputation. Van Williams, the Green Hornet himself, described it as deceptively simple on the outside, but a nightmare of switches underneath. On the street, it blended in with high-end traffic. On camera, it became the perfect disguise for a vigilante's arsenal. Number 18. When the cameras stopped rolling, Black Beauty's fate took a sharp turn. George Barris, already famous for the Batmobile, quietly acquired both cars from the studio for a bargain. With no surviving studio memos detailing the sale, Barris began promoting himself as the mastermind behind Black Beauty, headlining car shows and signing magazine features. Dean Jeffries, the actual builder, pushed back in interviews and car magazines, but his voice was often drowned out by Barris's relentless publicity machine. The battle over credit split fans and fueled decades of heated debate. Who really deserves to be called Black Beauty's creator? Number 17. Black Beauty wasn't just one car. The production team operated with a dual-car strategy. Beauty 1 served as the hero car, packed with every working gadget for close-up shots and dramatic reveals. Beauty 2 handled the risky business, stunts, wide shots, and public exhibitions, often with fewer functional systems to minimize repair downtime. Call sheets and shop logs show that only Beauty 1 received full maintenance for its arsenal, while Beauty 2 was prepped for durability and speed. This split allowed the crew to keep filming on schedule, even when one car was sidelined for gadget repairs or cosmetic fixes. Number 16. Black Beauty shares more than just a time slot with Gotham's favorite vigilante. Both the Green Hornet and Batman were overseen by producer William Dozier, who engineered a crossover universe years before Marvel made it cool. A BC's 1966 promos hyped surprise appearances, with the Batmobile and Black Beauty even pulling up side by side in special event episodes. These stunts weren't just for ratings. They cemented Black Beauty's place in pop culture history, turning a single-season TV car into a legend. Under Dozier's watch, the Green Hornet's ride became Batman's mechanical cousin, forever linking the two shows in the minds of fans. Number 15. The first thing to give Black Beauty its signature menace wasn't a weapon at all, but a piece of show-stopping engineering. Those flush headlamp panels didn't just hide the headlights, they rotated on command to reveal eerie infragreen lenses, lighting up the night with a glow that looked straight out of a comic book. Dean Jeffries wired up a DC gear motor and a single-pole double-throw relay, letting the driver flip between standard beams and the green show mode with a single dashboard switch. The panels swung a full 180 degrees thanks to custom sector gears and careful wiring. Blueprints from Jeffries' shop show the layout in detail, and every episode proves it worked. No camera tricks, just pure mechanical magic. This was Black Beauty's calling card, and the first hint that the gadgets inside were more than just TV fantasy. Number 14. Hidden behind Black Beauty's dignified grille sat a pair of brass rocket tubes. Real pyrotechnic launchers, not just painted props. Dean Jeffries engineered these to fire small theatrical rockets on cue, triggered by solenoid switches in the cockpit. Every launch required a fire crew standing by, extinguishers at the ready, and careful rehearsal to avoid scorching the car's 30-coat lacquer. Shop repair notes from 1966 mention more than one repaint after a misfire left char on the fender. Safety memos circulated on set, warning crew to clear the blast zone before any gadget shot. The rockets worked, but the risk was real. This wasn't just TV showmanship. These were working weapons, hidden in plain sight, escalating Black Beauty's arsenal beyond anything seen on television at the time. Number 13. Hidden behind the grille, Black Beauty's drop-down gas nozzle was pure 1960s spycraft. With a flip of a dashboard switch, a solenoid released a secret flap, exposing a brass nozzle fed by a carbon dioxide canister. In seconds, the car could blast a thick smokescreen or knock out gas. At least, that's what the script called for. On set, it was all about compressed fog, safe, dramatic, and entirely mechanical. Safety relays prevented accidental discharge during normal driving, a detail lifted right from the popular mechanics diagrams Dean Jeffries followed in his build. This wasn't just window dressing. The nozzle's stealthy deployment gave Black Beauty a way to vanish without a trace, proving that sometimes clever concealment beats brute force, a gadget worthy of any masked vigilante. Number 12. Tucked inside Black Beauty's trunk was a gadget that seemed to leap straight from the pages of a spy novel, a rear-deck scanner drone, raised and lowered by a mechanical lift. The device itself was little more than a shell, just a faux camera housed in a sleek pod with no actual surveillance equipment inside. But the concept was pure science fiction in 1966, hinting at a world where a vigilante could launch his own eye in the sky at the flip of a switch. Blueprints from Dean Jeffries' shop show the electric lift mechanism, complete with limit switches and wiring diagrams, all designed to impress viewers with a glimpse of tomorrow's tech. While the scanner never actually flew, its presence on Black Beauty offered a taste of the future, decades before real drones became part of everyday life. Number 11. Black Beauty's defenses were as clever as its weapons. With a flip of a switch, the license plate would rotate, instantly hiding the car's identity from anyone on its tail. Under the rear bumper, a pair of spring-loaded brooms dropped down to erase tire marks, real street sweeper bristles, mounted on a steel cradle and triggered by a dashboard toggle. For high-speed chases, the side windows popped out on command, allowing the Green Hornet and Kato to return fire while staying shielded behind thick glass. Every system relied on practical wiring, relays, and old-school mechanics. No special effects, just pure ingenuity. These gadgets didn't just look cool, they worked, episode after episode, making Black Beauty one of the most convincingly equipped TV cars of its era. Number 10. In 1966, there was no such thing as computer-generated effects. Every gadget on Black Beauty had to work for real, right there on set. studio memos demanded practical solutions, live switches, visible wiring, mechanical movement, all engineered under a relentless TV schedule. Actors learned to operate the arsenal themselves, flipping toggles and watching panels slide open on cue. If a rocket fired or a headlamp rotated, you saw the actual mechanism in action. This hands-on approach pushed costs and crew skills to the limit, but it gave the car an authenticity that modern CGI can't match. Black Beauty's magic was pure, practical engineering. Number 9. Black Beauty's build came with a price tag that stunned the industry. Each car cost ABC nearly $50,000 in 1966, 3 times what most TV props commanded. Adjusted for inflation, that's about $425,000 per car today, rivaling the budgets for entire episodes. Studio ledgers show the expense covered not just the base Imperials, but the custom engineering, gadgetry, and 30 layers of black-green lacquer. For a single-season show, this was a major gamble. That level of investment signaled just how much ABC was betting on Black Beauty to stand out, both on screen and in the public imagination. Number 8. In 1993, Dean Jeffries returned to his masterpiece after nearly 3 decades away. The original hero car, battered by years of outdoor neglect, was hauled into Jeffries' shop for a full restoration. He stripped away the faded lacquer, revealing the old relay banks and gadget wiring he'd cursed back in '66. With help from assistant Roy Gomes, Jeffries rebuilt the arsenal from memory, rotating headlamps, rocket tubes, even the rear brooms. The body was resprayed in the signature black-green pearl, just as before. For Jeffries, it was more than a job. It was a reunion with the car that defined his career. As Gomes recalled, seeing the gadgets work again brought a rare smile to the builder's face. Beauty One was back, restored by the hands that first gave it life. Number 7. After the show faded, George Barris and Dick Dean began turning out exhibition replicas of Black Beauty, each stamped with Barris custom plaques and paraded at car shows nationwide. These clones looked the part, but rarely matched the original gadgets or build specifications. Some skipped the rotating headlights, while others swapped out the real gadgets for static props. Show programs and build sheets from the era list a growing roster of replicas, muddying the waters for fans trying to track the true lineage. For decades, crowds snapped photos of these show cars, believing they were seeing the real deal. The line between authentic artifact and clever copy got blurrier with every new Barris-backed replica on the circuit. Number 6. Black Beauty's twin legends have taken very different paths since their days on set. The original hero car, known as Beauty One, now rests in the vault of the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles. It's preserved as a piece of pop culture history, secured, climate-controlled, and occasionally brought out for special exhibitions. Its sibling, Beauty 2, lives a quieter life in private hands. Collector Carl Kirchner has spent years tracking down original parts, restoring lost gadgets, and keeping the car as close to its 1966 glory as possible. For fans, it's a split legacy, one car protected for the public, the other lovingly maintained by a dedicated restorer. Number 5. Black Beauty's merchandising legacy is a cash machine that hasn't slowed down since the 1960s. The first wave hit toy stores with slot cars and plastic model kits, letting kids race their own Green Hornet adventures across kitchen floors. Decades later, Johnny Lightning's 1/64th die-cast Black Beauty sold over 250,000 units in its first release, while Corgi and Hot Wheels kept the legend alive for new generations. Licensing contracts shifted as the Barris and Jeffries estates vied for credit, but the money kept rolling in, each new replica, collector's piece, and reissue feeding a global fan base. Black Beauty's image endures not just as a TV icon, but as a merchandising juggernaut, proving that a one-season show can drive sales for half a century. Number 4. The 2011 Green Hornet reboot didn't just update the story, it exploded the car count. Sony's production team sourced 29 Chrysler Imperials for filming, turning the original two-car legacy into a disposable fleet. Most were stripped down for single-use stunts, flipping, crashing, or blowing up on cue. Only a handful had working gadgets, and even those were mostly window dressing next to the real engineering of Dean Jeffries' originals. Production designer John Stone admitted it was cheaper to wreck dozens of old sedans than to fake the action with CGI. Auction blocks later saw these movie cars fetch $60,000 to $80,000 each. Not bad, but still a far cry from the value and mystique carried by the 1966 hero cars. In the end, spectacle replaced craftsmanship, and the Black Beauty became just another casualty of blockbuster economics. Number 3. For all its pop culture clout, Black Beauty's auction value lands firmly in the realm of a reality check. When the 2011 movie cars rolled across the Barrett-Jackson block, the average sale price hovered between $60,000 and $80,000. Not pocket change, but a far cry from the Batmobile's multi-million-dollar hammer drops or the DeLorean's six-figure fever. Even the hero cars from the original series, with all their working gadgets and TV provenance, have struggled to break into the upper echelon of Hollywood collectibles. The numbers don't lie. Market demand is steady, but not explosive, and nostalgia only goes so far when buyers weigh rarity against mainstream fame. This financial gap sparks a bigger question. Does cultural legend guarantee lasting value, or does preservation matter more than a flashy price tag? Number 2. The fate of Black Beauty splits the collector world right down the middle, museum preservation versus private restoration. Beauty 1 sits in the vault of the Peterson Museum, rarely moved, climate-controlled, and protected as a pop culture relic. Curators argue that only this level of care guarantees its survival for future generations. A time capsule, untouched. But Beauty 2 lives a different life. In the hands of collector Carl Kirschner, it isn't just maintained, it's driven, exhibited, and steadily restored using original parts tracked down over years. Kirschner sees it as a living artifact, something to be experienced, not just observed. Peterson staff call their approach stewardship. Kirschner calls his philosophy passion. The divide raises a bigger question. Is cultural memory better served by static display or by letting icons breathe on the road? With Black Beauty, the answer remains as complicated as the car itself. And finally, in first place, Dean Jeffries' decision not to reclaim his creations rewrote the story of Black Beauty's legacy. After the show wrapped and the cars sat neglected on the studio lot, Jeffries was reportedly given the chance to buy them back. He declined, calling them obsolete, just two battered props from a canceled series. That single choice opened the door for George Barris to step in, acquire both cars, and, over time, become the public face of Black Beauty through car shows, magazine spreads, and signed certificates. Decades later, as the credit battle grew and Barris's narrative took hold, Jeffries is said to have felt a sting of regret. Letters and interviews from the 1990s reveal a craftsman who watched his work become famous under someone else's name. The irony is impossible to ignore. The builder who poured his skill into every hidden gadget let the legend slip away, shaping a debate that still divides fans and historians. Black Beauty's true authorship remains a hot topic, all because of one fateful decision. From Dean Jeffries' 4-week build miracle to the shocking revelation that he declined to reclaim his own creation, our countdown of 20 weird facts about Black Beauty uncovers a story far stranger than fiction. Across all entries, one pattern stands out. Every detail, whether technical, dramatic, or commercial, reveals how a single-season TV car achieved lasting cultural impact through real engineering, high-stakes ownership drama, and decades of legacy confusion. The most surprising entries, like the zero CGI mandate and the 2011 film's 29 car fleet, highlight the contrast between 1960s craftsmanship and modern spectacle. Meanwhile, the ongoing credit dispute between Jeffries and Barris, plus the car's unique blend of luxury and weaponry, show how myth and marketing can blur historical truth. What qualified each fact was its ability to shed light on the hidden realities behind an iconic vehicle, a car that became a merchandising juggernaut, a collectible, and a museum piece, all while its true authorship remained disputed. In the world of TV hero cars, Black Beauty stands alone, not just for its gadgets, but for the enduring question of who truly drives its legend.